Right then, we've just arrived at the job, and what we're going to show you is our little setup before we get going. So here we've got the SISIS auto rake. So here we have the SISIS Rotorake 5, the Camon LA25, and what we're going to fit on.
We're going to put the hollow tines on.
Yeah, so we're going to be taking cores of soil out, aren't we, Mike?
Yeah, yep.
So Mike will fit them on soon. We don't travel with them on because they can hit the ground and you can damage them. So we put them on before the job and take them on after the job. And then we've got our Honda Kaz mower 5360. This is my older one, so I don't use this for my best jobs. I've got another one for that, but this is good enough for this job. Because what we want to do, we want to get the grass down a little bit before we start doing the work. It's going to be easier for the machine, and it needs cutting anyway. And what we got in this knapsack sprayer, Mike?
Well, it's what we call a lawn tonic. It's got 3 litres of green solution in, 500 of seaweed, and 500 of liquid iron in there as well.
Yeah, mixed with water.
Mixed with water, yeah. 16 litres, that is. Yeah,
16 litres in total. I've also bought a fork. Because I might need to loosen some areas near the curbs where the hollow tine machine can't get in. And I've bought some topsoil in case there's some repairs like here. You see where it's a bit thin here? I'm going to put some new seed here just to improve it. Okay, Mike's got these.
Hollow tines we're going to put on.
Yeah, still a bit of soil in there, isn't there, from the last time?
Yep.
Yeah, you can get the soil out of there first, Mike. That'd be good. Yeah, you don't want to leave dry soil in them hollow tines. It's not going to work properly. Oh, what we got in here? Got this handheld seed spreader, which, even though that looks like quite a big area, this handheld spreader is surprisingly easy to use and spreads quite well. And rather than bring an old bag of seed with us, we just put some in some tubs like this. And then I have got some granulated fertiliser on there. I might just put a bit on there for good luck when I'm finished. So you've got to make sure you get the right tightness on this, don't we, Mike?
Yeah.
You don't want to go too tight, but if you're too loose, they will start to unravel, don't they, as you're working?
Yeah.
You can also fit solid tines to this as well, guys, which is quicker. But if you want to do a real proper job, it's taking the cores out. I think Sean from Norwich will agree with that, wouldn't he, Mike?
I think so, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What's his name? Robbie from
Premier Lawns, he'd agree with that. What I've noticed though, we've all got our own different ways of doing stuff, haven't we? There's more than one way to skin a cat in this trade, isn't there? Just stop the time lapse for you guys, just so I can show you what I was doing. I was actually, if you saw in that time lapse, I was actually turning this the wrong way, so I was actually going higher and not lower. So this is all part of learning a machine, really. But anyway, what I'm trying to do is just go in deep enough just to create some grooves in the soil here. But I don't want to be too hard on here. It's not a total reseed job. All I'm trying to do is remove moss and thatch. I don't want it to look like when we've left it's been rotavated or anything like that. I still want it to look green. It's not going to look as good as it did before, but the customer's well aware of that. And sometimes you've got to go down the ladder before you go back up the ladder. So I'm going to collect some of this today. I'm not sure if it's going to save me time or not. It's really going to depend how mossy the lawn is. I'm going to go like this for a bit and see how I get on. After a while I think it's just better to drop it and me and Michael rake it up. I might do that, but I'm going to give this collector a go. So much stuff it's getting out. I mean, some of that is grass, it's not just moss coming out, it's grass as well, but yeah. I've just done 2 passes. As you can see from the time lapse, it was taking me a while to work things out. But for the 3rd pass, Michael's going to go in another direction. So there's going to be 3 different directions in total. And I'm just passing him on the knowledge I've just learned while using this machine. So he's just going to crack on with this for a bit. Aren't you, Mike?
Yep.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So in regards to what the machine can do, it deals with this this moss and thatch, you know, absolutely easily. But yeah, I've learnt lessons with the grass box so far. I think the grass box must be if you're doing sort of bowling greens and things like that, because you might not be picking up much debris, but these kind of jobs you're picking up a lot of debris. The collector isn't really that time effective really, and also it doesn't collect everything. After this we'll do another clear up and then we'll do the aeration. Time for a cup of tea now. And I'll get the time lapse going again, guys, after our cup of tea. Michael's just gonna mow over this just to pick any other small bits of debris up. Because I don't want him to do it after we've aerated, because if he does it after he's aerated, we've got a roller on the back of this mower, and what it will do, it'll sort of push the holes back together again. We want to leave these holes open as long as we can. It's definitely better than the other one we had, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
SISIS. What I'll do, guys, in the end screen I'll add a video where me and Michael, we had a different Rotorake, and it didn't have a very good drive on it, and that was really hard work pushing it through the grass, but this one is brilliant. no problem at all. You can also use the drive for going up and down ramps and things like that as well, so it's easy to move. It's quite a heavy machine, but it's not that hard to work with. But the thing is, me and Mark, we're used to using heavy mowers all the time, so this machine isn't difficult for us. But it's not a machine, you know, your average residential customer would want to buy, really.
No, definitely.
Partly because it's really expensive as well. So if you're doing your own lawn, you know, some of these smaller scarifyers are just as good because you can do it more regularly. I've stopped the time lapse halfway through this hollow tine aeration, so Michael can take a little bit of video of me doing the job. So if any of you guys are thinking of buying one of these hollow tine aerators, you can see how I work it. Every time I turn around, I'll do a bit of a lift to disengage the hollow tine. Get them running again. Lift the back of here up a little bit, disengage. Don't turn around with it in the ground. That's it, guys. About up to 2 inches, some of these, I think. Yeah. Also, you can put solid tines on here, guys, as well, but this is the best way, really. And like I said earlier, I know some guys would do this before the scarification, which is a bit of a shortcut, really, and everything does depend on time and money. So I'm not saying in the future I won't revert to doing it that way, because I know I'll be in and out of this job quicker. But if you want to get the best results, do the hollow tining after the scarification, because the holes in the ground are going to stay open a lot longer. See that? I'll get my finger in there like that. It could look a lot worse than this, couldn't it? That's the cores up now and bagged up. And Michael's gonna put a liquid feed on now, seaweed, and also there's some iron in there as well, which will help control the moss and stop it growing over the winter. There's no weed killer in this, guys, it's all organic. So Mike's just going to spray this to eye. If you're good with a sprayer, you can do it like that. When we're using selective weed killers, we do use little forks and put them in the ground as markers, because we don't really want to double treat areas with selective weed killer. But I think the seaweed and irons, it's a little bit more forgiving, I think, if you overdo it in a few areas. This is actually a brand new sprayer. So I've got a sprayer now just for selective weed killers, so I'm not having to mix anything or take any risks. And this one's just going to be for lawn tonics now and iron, so we can drive around with 2 sprayers when needed, and this will save time and make us more efficient. And we've both got our spraying certificates, so we're all above board. I got mine many years ago. I forgot how many years ago now, probably like 10 years ago. I think Michael got his spraying certificate about 3 years ago, something like that. I have to say, nobody's asked to see any certificates. They're only ever going to be needed when things go wrong. Did you actually handle it? Oh, there he is. Teamwork. They're quite heavy, aren't they? This one's just a 15 litre sprayer. My other sprayer goes up to 20 litres, I think. Is it 20 litres, your one? But that's, yeah, but you don't need anything that big, do you? 15 litres is enough, I think. There's enough weight in that. I'm going to put some fertiliser on now. I don't have to, really. I still think it's going to be okay without it. I'm just going to add some on just for good luck, really. It's a little bit of an experiment as well, guys. Keep learning as you go on. I'm just going to use setting number 3 on here. Just get a thin layer on. I don't want too much. For the sake of the video, we've got all this area done in one go, just so I don't have to make a big long video. Now, this area generally has more moss because it's in the shade more, and yeah, stays wetter longer through the winter. So after Mike's finished this, I'll be asking him what that machine's like on slopes. I think because the drive's good on it, it's probably going to be okay. And what I'll do now, I'm just going to do a little blow around the edges, because you don't want the fertilisers to get wet. It can stay in the concrete. Don't think I could pick a better day than today to do this kind of work. I think anybody who does this kind of work will know exactly what I mean. But I understand also that if this is all you do is lawn care and you don't do other things like we do, you have to go out in bad weather and do it sometimes. I totally understand that. You've got to earn a living. But with me at the moment, I can be a bit more selective. We're not relying on this totally for our main business, but as time goes on, I hope to do more of these jobs. I just want to show you how much waste that job accumulated before we put it on the compost heap. So what we got moss wise? Moss and grass. Moss and grass, we have got 7 bags. 7 bags. Obviously, we don't fill them right to the brim, do we? Because
like I said, they're easy to carry.
Yeah. And then we've got like 1 really full bag of cores and some smaller bags, but yeah, still quite a bit of stuff. I don't need to go to the tip because I'm lucky enough to have a yard I can use. So I'm not going to video it all, just this just gives you an idea of where I put it. Each year I start a new pile. This is last year's pile, and then in the middle here is from the year before that. Well done, Mikey. So how clever I was making a video, and by the time I finished the video, all the bags have been empty. I'm gonna have a blow around the machine before I pull it away, and also helps us learn a little bit about how it works too. I think quite an important thing would be is to keep this chain greased up. So yeah, I'm just going to blow it first and then put some WD white lithium on it. So this is what I've got, guys. Always keep a bit of this about. Remember, you don't want to put WD-40 on these sort of things, the sanded stuff, because that actually breaks down grease and dirt. You want to use this high performance white lithium grease. Stuff like this, guys, you can't spend too much money on. You know, it will save you money in the long term if your machines aren't breaking. I'm going to take these off, guys. These are just for carrying the collector. I just can't see myself using the collector very often. You can see the marks on here where it's been used the most. I'm happy with the setting I had it on today, so I'm just going to leave it on that one setting. I'd probably only have to spin this around a couple of times just to make it adjustments now, but yeah, I'll see how I get on with that. I did put some air in the tyres this morning, definitely needed it. Look like racing wheels, don't they? I did give this a scrape out earlier with my hands under here. But overall, I'm very happy with this machine. The drive is excellent on it. You're not having to push it at all. And if you're going downhill, you don't use the drive at all. Just the weight of the machine will take you down a hill. If you use the drive, you'll probably go a bit faster than you need to. This is coming off, so I'm just going to put a bit of silicone sealant along there, which you can use for bathrooms and that, just to stick it back on. Spare nuts and washers on there, and tied them two parts together, and I'll put them away where I can remember where they are. Never know, I might need them again one day, or I might want to sell the machine. So that's it, guys, we're finished now. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Like and subscribe, leave a comment if you want to.
Yeah.
Get back to you.
Yeah, we're not going to make you, but if you do want to see future videos like this, please subscribe, and I will see you later.